Picture this, Lisa's standing barefoot in this dimly lit Nigerian shrine, the air thick with incense and tension so thick you could cut it with a knife. Her hands are shaking, tears streaming down her face as this high priest, robe swirling, eyes blazing, points right at her and starts yelling in a mix of English and his native tongue, "Your sins." The ancestors see everything: lesbianism, lies, 5 marriages. You think this is cheap? Give me more money right now or the curse stays forever. Daniel's gripping her arm, whispering desperately, "Babe, please, just do it, for us, for the green card." And Lisa, she's breaking, whispering back, "I'm scared, Daniel. I feel like he's cursing me instead of cleansing me." The shells he threw on the mat are still rattling, and everyone's holding their breath because one wrong move and this whole future together explodes. Heart pounding doesn't even cover it. This is the moment where love, money, secrets, and a green card all collide in the most chaotic way possible. Hey friends, if you're already glued to your screen feeling that rush, do me a solid right now and hit that subscribe button for Talent Zone updates. Turn on notifications so you never miss these deep dives into the drama that has America talking. We're about to unpack every raw, emotional second of Lisa and Daniel's journey, and trust me, by the end you're gonna be speechless. So let's rewind just a little because to understand why Lisa was standing there about to hand over her life savings to a high priest, you've got to know how this couple even got here. Lisa, this fiery American woman in her 50s who's been through the ringer with love, met Daniel online. He's this charming, ambitious guy from Nigeria with big dreams of building a life in the States. They fell hard, fast, video calls, sweet messages, all that butterfly stuff. But from the jump, Lisa was carrying some heavy baggage she wasn't ready to unpack. She'd been married 5 times before, and guess what? She was still legally married to her last husband when she started things with Daniel. Oh, and that wasn't even the biggest bomb. For most of her adult life, Lisa had been with women. Multiple relationships, deep connections. She identified as lesbian for years before deciding she wanted something different with Daniel. But in traditional Nigerian culture, that kind of past is seen as a straight-up taboo, an abomination that could bring shame on the whole family. Daniel's uncle and elders made it crystal clear: no cleansing, no blessing, no wedding, no green card path. Lisa had to be purified by the ancestors or the whole relationship was dead in the water. You guys, the way Lisa finally confessed everything to Daniel back at that resort, it was gut-wrenching. She sat there at dinner, voice cracking, ring off her finger, spilling it all. "I've been with women, Daniel, for years. And I'm still married on paper." His face, pure shock turning to anger, then this quiet devastation. He kept saying, "This is the worst sin. My family might banish me." But here's the thing that hits so hard for so many of us watching, that Me Too moment where you realize you've hidden parts of yourself just to keep someone's love. How many of us have downplayed our past, our truths, our struggles because we're terrified of losing the one person who finally makes us feel seen? Lisa wasn't just fighting for a relationship, she was fighting to be accepted for who she really was, flaws and all. And Daniel, he wanted to forgive her, but the pressure from his ancestors and that green card hanging in the balance. It turned everything into this high-stakes gamble. Fast forward to Nigeria, and the real drama kicks into overdrive. Daniel's uncle steps in, talks to the elders, and suddenly there's this plan, a traditional cleansing ritual with the high priest. But nothing in this culture is free, especially not washing away what they call sacrilege. First, they had to buy a live female goat, yeah, a whole goat named after one of the crew or something hilarious like that. Then 2 special yams, symbolic offerings to the spirits. And cash. Lots of cash. Lisa's already spent thousands flying over, staying in hotels, and now this. She's digging into her savings, heart racing every time the price tag goes up. Fans on Reddit were losing it. One thread blew up with over 1,000 comments. "This is the wildest money grab I've ever seen on 90 Day Fiancé, poor Lisa is getting rinsed." Over on Instagram, the reels were flooded. Me too, sis, I've paid way too much for love that wasn't real either. But a goat and yams. Come on. People were tagging their friends, saying, this couple is chaos in human form, but you can't look away. The tension just kept building as they prepped for the shrine visit. Lisa was nervous, pacing, asking Daniel over and over, what if they don't accept me? What if the ancestors say no? Daniel kept reassuring her, but you could see the worry in his eyes. The green card was his ticket to a better life, and everything rode on this one ceremony. They loaded up the car with the goat bleating in the back, those 2 yams wrapped like sacred treasures, and a fat envelope of cash. The drive felt endless, the air getting heavier the closer they got. When they finally pulled up to the shrine, it was this humble but intense setup: altars, statues, that thick spiritual energy that makes your skin tingle even through the screen. The high priest greeted them, but right away things felt off. He started consulting the spirits with cowrie shells, throwing them on the mat, reading the patterns like a fortune teller from another world. And then the demands started rolling in. More money, he'd say, eyes locked on Lisa. The ancestors are angry. Your sins run deep. 5 husbands, women, lies upon lies. This is not enough. Lisa's face went pale. She handed over another stack of bills, voice trembling, please, I'm trying. I love Daniel. I want to be clean for him. The priest wasn't letting up. He raised his voice, chanting, waving his arms, and at one point Lisa straight up broke down in tears, whispering to the camera, I feel like he's cursing me instead of cleansing me. This is terrifying. Daniel stood there, torn, wanting to comfort her but knowing one wrong word could ruin the whole thing. The goat was brought in, sacrificed right there as an offering, blood and prayers mixing in the air. The yams were placed on the altar, and the priest kept pushing for more cash, more commitment. Fans were glued, commenting live. Instagram stories are saying this priest is overacting for the camera, pure entertainment. And Reddit. One post read, if this isn't the most relatable struggle, paying through the nose to fix your past for the person you love, I don't know what is. Lisa's us when we hide our truths. Hour after hour, the ritual dragged on with this unbearable suspense. Would the ancestors accept her? Would the shells land the right way? Every time the priest paused, everyone held their breath. Lisa was on her knees at one point, praying in her own way, begging for forgiveness not just from the spirits but from herself. It was raw, it was real, and it hit that deep human spot where you realize how far we'll go when love and a future are on the line. Daniel kept murmuring, we're almost there, babe. This is for our life together. The cash kept flowing, hundreds turning into thousands, and Lisa's savings were vanishing before her eyes. But she pushed through because in her heart, this was the only path to forever with the man she'd risked everything for. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of chanting, shell throwing, and emotional breakdowns, the high priest's face softened. He nodded, declared the cleansing complete. You are purified from today, he told her. Your sins are washed. The ancestors approve. You may marry. Lisa collapsed into Daniel's arms, sobbing with relief, laughing through the tears, we did it. Oh my God, Daniel, we did it. I'm clean. They hugged, kissed, and for that brief shining moment, it looked like all the lies, the shame, the money, and the fear had been worth it. The green card path was open. Their future was sealed in the eyes of his family and the spirits. Lisa even told the cameras later, glowing, I feel lighter. Like I can finally be the wife he deserves. But wait, hold on, because here's where the story takes the most shocking turn you won't see coming, and it's the secret that changes everything we just watched. While Lisa was celebrating her fresh start, believing the ritual had saved their love and Daniel's dreams, the cameras caught something in the shadows that no one expected. Daniel, thinking the mics were off or in a private moment with the priest and his uncle, was overheard boasting to a small circle about how the whole thing was basically a win-win for him. He laughed about how Lisa's money had funded the cleansing that just so happened to clear the way for his green card, how he'd played along with the family pressure because it kept her hooked and paying. Turns out, the high priest wasn't some random holy man, he was connected through Daniel's circle and the escalating demands. A perfect setup to drain her wallet while making the ritual feel legit. Daniel straight up admitted on hidden audio that he saw Lisa as his ticket to America, the money she spent as a bonus, and the love. Well, let's just say the green card was the real priority all along. The ancestors might have been appeased, but the truth. It was all a calculated play, and Lisa had no idea the man she bared her soul for was using every tear, every dollar, every sin as his stepping stone. Can you imagine? After everything, the confessions, the goat, the terror in that shrine, Daniel's true colors come out like that. It's the kind of betrayal that leaves you reeling, questioning every sweet moment you saw before. Lisa poured her heart, her past, and her bank account into this, all for a future that might have been built on quicksand from day one. So, what do you think, fam? Would you go through a full-on ancestral cleansing ritual, paying thousands, facing the screams, sacrificing everything, for love and a shot at forever? Or does this prove some secrets and some dreams just aren't worth the price? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below, I'm reading every single one. If this story had you yelling, crying, or straight up shocked, smash that like button, subscribe for more viral reality recaps like this, and share with a friend who needs the tea. We'll catch you in the next one, but until then, stay real out there. Talent Zone updates, where the drama never ends.
What do you think? Comment below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.